The whole LIV thing it's an odd one just because from the very outset, the whole name of the tour is Roman numerals for 54, which is based on number of players, but is also based on 54 hole events, 3-round events. So now it's going to 72 holes. It's still going to be LIV Golf. There's obviously a discrepancy there. Now, the naming of something in many respects, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just a name. Mm-hmm. It's just a name. And quite frankly, you may have noticed, we don't really use Roman numerals anymore. It's not going to affect anybody in their real life. But it just feels like, again, it's a discrepancy of this tour trying to figure out a way to be relevant, trying to figure out a way to work. I don't particularly think this is going to make much of a difference, to be honest. Like,
to the product or to people caring about it?
A bit of both, really. Yeah. A bit of both. And I think one of the reasons why LIV was not included, and we think we understand that this is about trying to get world ranking points, because LIV events do not currently have world ranking points. But a bit of that was to do with not having a cut as well, and being a closed golf tour, like an invite-only golf tour in some respects. That is changing, and they are trying to work in relegations and all the rest of it. But realistically, it's a closed tour without cut. And moving it to 72 holes, if they don't have a cut, I don't know if they would still even qualify for world ranking points.
Tricky, innit? Because I suppose with the Signature Series stuff now, that gets it anyway, and that's not cuts.
Exactly.
So they've done the one thing that probably now the committee will come back and say, well, yeah, we can't really argue against it, especially say if they're going to give them to the thingy.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a weird one to me. This felt like the first sort of like, it felt like the first move from LIV that was kind of like not them making the kind of strides or trying to kind of push things and like reject the system kind of thing, like the whole thing of bringing this LIV event and all, making it different and all that kind of stuff. And then this is the first thing they've really done that's like, oh, we'll come back to the classic professional golf game.
It's the first time they've fallen in line a little bit.
Yeah, it's almost like they've not given up, but they've, this is the first sort of punch they've taken a little bit. But like you say, in a sense, to try and get world ranking points. It'll be interesting to know what the players think, because when signing their names on those dotted lines and being told, oh, well, you only have to play for 3 days, so you're going to get so much more time out of your schedule, and now you've got to spend an extra day doing stuff.
I mean, I don't really think. I honestly don't.
And you might get cut. Yes. You might not make it to day 3 and 4.
I'm sure they'll still get their money. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah.
But it's more of a. So with the playing less golf, it's not. It has worked out a little bit more like that, but also, like, if you have a look at the Asian Tour events and European Tour events, where LIV golfers can still have access, it's not like these players aren't taking on the extra rounds. It's not like they're not playing in events when they can and when they want to. So, for me, playing less golf, come on, like let's be completely honest about this. Players didn't move to LIV Golf because they were playing less. They moved to LIV Golf because they were paid a massive amount of money.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why they went. We don't need to pretend at this point, do we?
I don't think so.
Unless you're Cameron Smith, I'm pretty sure he decided that he was like, I've won the Open now. Kind of sick of it.
No, he won the Open and he added extra money to his fee. That's why he went.
I thought that, because he really has fallen off. He's one of the ones who you're like, playing less golf hasn't helped you.
This is the argument as far as like switching to a 72-hole format, where it is now in line with all of the other major golf tours, all of the other major events. So, you are playing the same type of game, the same type of format that everyone else is playing. You have the same opportunity to play in events. There's no reason why you can't, again, ascend the world rankings if they get world ranking points. And, be considered. Because the problem that LIV have, from a marketing standpoint, I suppose, is come watch LIV. We have some of the best players in the world. They're not ranked like that.
Yeah.
But
we say they're the best players in the world.
We say they are, and that Bryson is one of the best players in the world. But he is currently being outstripped and outranked by hundreds of other golfers, right? Well, not so much Bryson actually, but you get what I mean. The kind of vibe of that. So for them, I think it's a way of legitimizing the players again, to say Dustin Johnson is still a great player.
Yeah.
Cam Smith, he has fallen off, but will he get back? Yeah, he is still a great player. So
I wonder if some of the players maybe fought for it a little bit as well, because I can imagine like people like Tyrrell and Rahm and again Bryson, who are doing their very best to, outside of the LIV schedule, go and play in DP World Tour events, go and play in other tours, and to get enough points to qualify for things like the Ryder Cup, to, people who are trying to get into the Masters who need just enough of a ranking to get themselves inside the list. Like those players could have said, listen, I feel like when I get to day 4 on those events, I'm starting to struggle because I just have not practiced it. So can we go to 4 days again, so that when I go and play on those other events that, are outside of my schedule, I'm prepared. The people that we had a particularly, we didn't have a very good year of LIV golfers challenging for majors this year.
no,
We had the expectations that Rahm and Bryson and even people like
Neiman.
Neiman coming in and being like, oh, these guys are going to absolutely dominate this year, because first of all, they're all playing really, really well on LIV, and second of all, we don't get to see them, and we don't really know what we're going to get, and then none of them challenged for the entire year. So I wonder if they've said, get us ready.
Well, I think maybe that's part of the issue there, where you said, we've not seen them. I think this year they were on ITV and here in the UK, I think Fox in the US. You had this year more than any, you had access to watch. You could see this, and it still didn't really attract. I don't know the numbers here, but I don't think there's any doubt that the numbers aren't anywhere near as high as LIV would want them to be. They're kind of stagnant at the moment. But also, I don't know anyone personally, and obviously we are in golf, we know a lot of people in golf, who watch LIV.
Yeah, I don't.
They're just not engaged. And I don't really see how just adding an extra round to a product which isn't engaging people will warrant it, unless cause the only reason for having 72 holes is that after 2 rounds there's a cut. Now, if they're not going to have a cut and it's just going to be more of the same, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah,
they might as well go the other way. Just make it 36.
Is there like an element? Is it kind of maybe it legitimizes it a bit more, so people might have more interest? Is it kind of just to flip it the other, like just to think of like, people might look at it and go, because it's getting world ranking points. No, well, we don't know for sure yet, but because it is sort of more in line with the game that we know before it kind of broke away and created this new product. Maybe that does bring the more traditional golfing fan back across, because it just as a devil's advocate here.
Yeah, the other thing I'm thinking is whether that 4th day means they can sell more tickets.
Yeah,
and they can sell more merch, and they can sell more concessions.
My also thing is with what they've gone for, because they're obviously saying still they're going to keep with the shotgun start and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. The teams,
if they continue with all that kind of thing. 4 days of that, I don't know if that's I guess it's just another thing of just...
So, okay, it's just more of the same.
I can't wait for them. They're going to come up. It's going to be, the cut's going to be like the drop zone. Or
oh my God,
I think with it, I mean, obviously there's no guarantee that they will get world ranking points.
Yeah.
Which is something, if they don't, then it's almost like, well, why are they doing this? I can't imagine they've done this if somebody at the official World Golf Rankings haven't told them this will be a key to getting those points.
Yeah, this is the first step you need to make.
I can't understand how it wouldn't be like that.
Which makes Rory's comments quite strange, because he seemed to think that this wasn't the move they needed to make to get world ranking points.
No,
which you think he would be finger on the pulse with this cut, like he would know, right? That's what they needed to do.
It depends on. I think it just depends on cut. Like cut's a big factor in this, because the PJ Tour and European Tour, when they have no cut events, they can get away with it a little bit more because they can point and say, well, literally, throughout the season,
we are cutting.
we're cutting all the time. Like, these are a specialized case.
Yeah.
So I think they can get away with it a bit more. And obviously they were in a position of strength pre-LIV around world ranking points.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't understand how this makes a huge difference unless there is that cut. And
the cut and the open, the qualifying for it. Like, if you can play your way into it, I think that also puts you in a better position for world ranking.
If they don't get the world ranking points, this is a really weird move.
Yeah, it is. It is strange, isn't it?
And again, this is purely observational and kind of from a limited sample size. Scott O'Neill, who's LIV chief golfer, there, he said, the move to 72 holes marks a pivotal new chapter for LIV Golf that strengthens our league, challenges our elite field of players, and delivers more of the world-class golf, energy, innovation, and access that our global audience wants. Now, I've not heard anybody, even people who like LIV, say, I want another 18 holes.
Yeah.
I've not heard that.
Yeah.
So that, I don't think that really makes a lot of sense.